Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another show of Making Meaning with Joel Corda. I really appreciate you all reaching out. I put a couple clips up from the last week talking about my dad passing and all those things going on that had just really kind of changed the way things were going to go. We have a very special guest today. He's going to do a concert here in Great Falls, Montana at the Keller Geist on Friday. I'll talk about that plenty. But he's known as Clem Snide. His name's Eef, really, Barzelay. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm going to get it right from him. I got to tell you, I've been listening to this guy. I got a paste sampler the year we moved to Portland. This is over 20 years ago. And I heard his song, Moment in the Sun. And I don't even know if that's one of his favorites, but that hooked me into buying that album and getting into Joan Jett of Arc and just all this cool stuff he's done. And he has lived multiple lives as an artist. Gonna get into that with him. Play one of mine. Usually I play three up top, but I really want to get to talking to Eef, and he's a busy guy, and I want to respect his time and tell you what's needed for that. So next thing we're going to do is play a song. My wife and I, we had our anniversary this weekend. It's our 28th. Pretty funny. She and I celebrated on Thursday. The anniversary was actually on Saturday, but I was playing a gig, and she kind of looked at me at dinner and said I was going to make googly eyes at you tonight, but I'm tired and I want to get some other stuff done. So that was what we were going to do. Well, then we had these lovely friends of ours show up to celebrate with us and kind of ruined her night of relaxation. But she said it was in a lovely way. I wrote this song for my wife. It's called Be Here Now. Stepping stone values and tenderness lost. It's been a spell since I've slowed it all down. Looked on your face, to look on your face. The care, the time, intent, the thought, baby, can be here now. I can be here now. I can be here now. I can be here now. It's kicking up a gale from the outside world. From within, never been without. Count on one hand the times when we've lost the thread, but countless are the times I've assumed. Hey baby, I can be here now. 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 You've given much more than you've taken. I can't nearly say the same. It's not that these pillars are shaking. It's the eye, it's occasionally saying. This is her favorite verse right here. Let's put down those dishes, turn off the TV. We'll let the boy play in traffic for a while. Let's turn on this music, let's move for a while. 'Cause these moments won't always be here now. I can 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 be here now. All right. Let me get free of the technology. Woo! There we go. I can mute that. This will be exciting. All right. Thank you, everybody. All right. Let me see. Let me pull this poster up because I want to make sure that we do this proper. Eef was going to be playing at the basement downstairs in the basement again. Let's show off some. You want to bring your merch over here and show the people? You know, we got some good stuff. And we're gonna make Eef wear it all too. I think that's part of the deal. But no, Spacement. It was going to be Friday, and they saw an opportunity to kind of up the ante a little bit, get the Keller Geist involved. They've just reopened this back bar space, and the sound is really good in there. So I'm excited for the show for Eef. It is this Friday, 7 o'clock. Doors open. Show at 8. Correct. Okay. You're going to see the scan here business. I'm going to put that up later for those of you that want to keep watching this show, for going to the show and getting your tickets. So we're going to put this out as soon as we can. I want to bring him up. Clem Snide, Eef Barzelay. Let's see if we can get him in. I got to add him. Do I add to the left here? Is that the right thing to do? Or assign? Just one. There he is.
Center. That's me.
How are you doing, man?
Hey. All right. How are you?
Doing all right. I got to get so I can hear you better. How's that?
Yeah.
There. Perfect.
Can you hear me better? Is that good? Yeah. I have an Android. I'm an Android user. You know what I'm saying? So love me still. Love me still.
Hey, you look great. You look the same as when I went to the first concert you did at the Spaceman. And you're laughing, but that was a great show. You told stories all night.
Yeah.
You played Roger Ebert with a toy piano. Do you remember?
Right. No, I remember. The Spaceman gigs. Absolutely, some of my favorite gigs are at the Spaceman. You know what I'm saying?
Me too. And listen, can I give you some grief right up top because I am a fan?
Yeah.
I got a signed
Sure.
poster to that second show, but I didn't get to go to the second show because you were on a different night.
Oh, you were one of the ones that
I
that
missed
missed.
out.
I'm sorry.
Hey, don't be sorry. Listen,
That's
I have the hang it
never.
right there. It means something to me, but I still got to give a man a hard time. I'm just saying, you get to be an artist clearly out there wandering around, doing what you want.
Well, sometimes I know. I think that's sometimes when you do your own tour managing, you know what I'm saying. You mix up the dates.
This was going to be my question.
Doesn't happen often, but it happens.
I appreciate that it does. I want to tell you. I'm looking down at my notes. I want to show you. This is did research for you, my man, because I was at the diner listening to your music. Your music is great. Writing music. I do like about 20 minutes, 30 minutes every morning. And your last like 3 or 4 certainly have helped me produce some pages.
Wow. Oh, that's good. That's good to know. Yeah.
I'm wondering,
cool.
Do you have any artists that you're listening to for your creative process? What's feeding you right
now? I don't know if I can't know if I have like a cause and effect sort of answer to that question. I mean, I don't I just kind of go all over the place, with the music. I just signed on to Spotify, so I'm not just like it's been a few months now, but so now I just do this kind of freewheeling Spotify, any weird thing that popped into my head. So I'm all over the place. I was listening to like Pedro Infante today. I was driving through southern Utah. I love I don't know, yeah, I'm listening to like just weird stuff that comes up. So I don't know. but I don't really like music particularly. I really don't like music that sounds like my own music, you know, and I don't listen to any like new music at all. I have no interest in any music for the most part that's been made like in the 21st century. You know, so
Okay.
I yeah, like my relationship to music is yeah.
I
it's
no, I love that
it's
because it's going to feed into the next thing that I wanted to ask you, which is if it's not music, because a lot of times it's not. If you're trying to write your own, you don't want to be listening to a whole lot of stuff.
yeah, like I kind of right, I don't really have a lot of space inside of me for like other dudes'
Right.
music, you know.
Get out of my head, dudes.
Get out of my head.
Do you find like I should say like I went to the MoMA two different times, and I think that was some of the most artistically moving time that I had. Not my medium, right? Like I'll write, I'll sing, I do film stuff, but that was one of the most breathtakingly gorgeous experiences that I've had. Incredibly moving. Do you find there's
What
other
what
art
would
that is feeding
what
into
were you
this?
looking in what did you see in there?
I got to
Just
see
their
Hopper. I saw Hopper in person.
oh,
The one
okay,
that's
right. So all the
the
famous
woman
paintings, right?
outside, you know, outside the theater.
Yeah.
And I got to see Water Lilies. I got to see Christina's World. There are just so many times, and I've seen those before in books. It's not the same as standing in the room with the art.
Um yeah, no, absolutely. I mean I went, you know, it's funny. I tried to be an artist in the 90s and I went to art school and I lived in New York City for 10 years. And the guy I started Clem Snide with, Jason Glasser, he was also going to, you know, getting his like in his fine arts degree. So I was like immersed. And I had this girlfriend who was like part of this performance art troupe. Like I was like knee deep in art, you know, New York downtown art scene. And after like 10 years of that, I was like, man, I don't like art anymore. Like I just sort of
Who
just kind of
doesn't?
got burned out on all just the goofiness of it. So I don't, yeah, like I appreciate, you know, the great works of art certainly as much as the next guy, but yeah, I find more especially as I've gotten older, just more yeah, like more like from silence or just from whatever I'm going through, you know what I'm saying?
I do.
But I know, yeah, some people like surround themselves with beautiful art and they can just, yeah, definitely creates a kind of vibration of some sort of magic, you know, it gets like the sort of ether like swirling around. So yeah, I take it where I can get it, you know what I'm saying? I'll take it wherever I can find it for sure.
I love it. I love it. I wanted to ask you about your name. Couple questions.
My,
Who are you named after?
sure. My own personal name, you mean, or
Yeah,
the band's
personal.
name?
I know where Clem Snide came from.
Personal name. Well, all right, my name is it's not such an interesting story. I guess it's it's Eef. I was born in Israel, so it's like an
Yeah,
Israeli name, and it's not. It has no. It's like a kibbutznik name. My parents were encouraged to just make up names because there just weren't that many names at that time in Israel. You know what I'm saying? So everybody just came up with some name, and somehow my parents thought this was a nice name. It's Ifar. My full name is Ifar. It's got an R, Ifar, but
that's
it
great.
doesn't really work in English. I don't. I suffered
I
for it as a
understand.
kid.
That leads to the
But
next question,
so yeah.
which I think helped form you as an artist, is what were the nicknames on the playground?
Oh well, you know they put a T at the end of it. I mean that's all it takes really. Um, but uh, but no, like even without that, it was you know it was just a strange name. I
Yeah,
mean this is like in the 70s. You know there weren't that many people with weird names around,
right.
and you know the teacher would mispronounce it and stuff. But it's good. It helped me. You know
You
it
grew into your
sort of
name.
helped. Right, my childhood trauma, just another sort of element of that. My hyper independence.
More
You know
fuel.
my
I
more
want to read
fuel
this to
exactly.
you real quick because he wrote it. You got to be as dumb as you are brave. How much are you talking to yourself in your songs? This is from your new single, which I really enjoyed too, by the way.
If
When
you
you're
are,
writing down a line like "Make eternity last" or "You got to be as dumb as you are brave," do you find yourself talking to yourself when you're starting and then turning it into something else? Because that's pretty eternal truth you're hitting there.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know where these ideas sort of come from. These lines just kind of pop into my head, and then yeah, if it's something good, I know when I have something because I can just sort of feel it, and then it'll sort of unfold on its own. But I don't have any like preconceived ideas or concepts. I just try and be open and receptive. Sometimes I feel this kind of urge to write songs. Sometimes I don't. It's like a compulsion in a way. Like I just feel this like kind of tickle in my inside of me in my brain, and it sort of compels me to just keep doing it. But I don't really. The more I've done it, like I've been writing songs for like 30 years.
Yeah,
Man, I don't more. It's gotten more mysterious to me. Like I really don't know. I've gotten very metaphysical and very like not superstitious, but yeah, I pray to God. I just keep myself like open to it and try to
you
be
channel.
clear. Open my heart. Yeah,
Yeah,
channeling that. It feels more like channeling. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't
you
I don't
do
know if
something when you perform live where uh, and it's when you're solo, and I imagine it's because there's this sound that you would normally have when you're playing with your band or doing those things, but you start what I would refer to as vocables, where you're just using your mouth. You're either kind of moving your head so that it creates a certain sound. You're creating a solo that sounds different with your mouth. And I imagine that that's part of the channeling too. It's got, that there's a space that needs to be filled. Your hands are full. You've already sung. You're making a
yeah.
different sound. Is that a fair thing to say that you're kind of channeling in that moment too?
I mean, yeah. I hope. I st- I've been. I started doing that just kind of naturally over the years, playing by myself. Um, and it's evolved. It used to be more just kind of a falsetto thing,
Yeah.
and then yeah, and then I realized that if I move my head around, like if the way if I open my mouth or close my mouth, I try to create like overtones.
Yeah.
If I can make overs. You ever heard any of that like overtone singing? Not that that's what I'm doing, but I try to make something like that. Um, yeah, just make more sound. And
A
sure,
different texture
because
with what you're doing.
different texture. Yeah.
I love
I
it.
feel like my actual voice, I don't think it's necessarily that pretty. I like the contrast of if I do more of a speak sing kind of thing, but then go into this really sort of flowy kind of falsetto thing. Makes for a good contrast. I think contrast is important
Yes.
in art.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, so, like I said, I've been following you for a long time. Um, I really love the story of Seth Avett just reaching out to you and helping you create something. And it sounded like you were going through a rough time. I don't need you to get into that or anything, but you've had these great collaborators like Seth Avett, and I know that was it John Kaufman produced your last album, and that guy's done
Um,
so many things.
yeah, you're just yeah, it's all right, Scott. You're just twisting the first names. Right, Josh,
Oh,
and I got me all confused.
sorry,
Scott
it's
Avett, right.
Scott Avett.
Yeah,
He
not Seth, right.
pulled
The
it right.
good the good one, not the evil one. The good one, not the evil.
We have
That's
this
my joke.
debate in the house. Which Avett? I wonder which brother's better. I
They
think you just answered the
which is
question.
the good one. Oh, they're both wonderful people.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I'm gonna plug my phone in. And then Josh Kaufman. Yeah, at this point I need help to make a record. I can't just make a record by myself. I mean, I could record in my basement and it'll sound okay, but yeah, it's not gonna make for much of a record. So with Avid, that was just kind of a miracle because yeah, I did not have much going on at that point, and he just kind of came out of nowhere. And somehow, even though he was a super busy guy, he agreed to like make a record with me and write a couple songs with me. So yeah, that was a miracle for sure, and got
That
me
was
kind
pure
of back
love
in the
out of the
game.
universe right there. I mean,
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I I know that's the interesting feature about my experience with this. In the music bit, I have I basically I mean, it's basically been like a parade of failure, you know, like every record I've made has, I mean, in terms of the industry,
I
it's
understand what you're
nothing
saying.
I've made has ever been profitable for and people, you know, nobody ever got their advance back. You know what I'm saying? People have only lost money on Clem Snide. God bless them all. They're wonderful people, and I hope they live long and prosperous lives. But yeah, Clem Snide, they took a hit with Clem Snide. And that, but, you know, despite all that, like really weird, unexpected things have happened along the way that have enabled me to keep going, you know. So it's been more like an interesting, it's been a wild ride, you know, in that respect. So yeah, I depend on sort of miracles, you know.
Well, it definitely speaks to the consistent work you've been doing too. I mean, you didn't stop, right? I mean, you kept plugging. You had that big deal. I think it was big with Sire, right? And then you even had. I watched Ed. I'm still waiting for that to come out so you can get a good boost
I know,
because
right?
you can't find it
When are they
anywhere.
gonna? That show has just been
When
like memory hold.
give our boy some residuals. But like, yeah, I mean, I imagine you constantly felt like you were on the verge of whatever we're on the verge of, and talk about having to really get to that zen spot of there is no there. That's a shitty lesson and a shitty way to learn it. But you've been doing that. Which part of this journey are you appreciating the most, do you think? Like, is there a point where you're like, okay, this is clearly what I'm going to be doing and how I do it? And it's a bit of a blessing and a curse because, like you said, it's a compulsion. You got to do it. So whether you're doing that
Yeah.
in your basement to nobody or hitting the road and doing these personal shows and big shows, like, where do you feel you're on that map right now? Where do you feel?
Oh God, sorry, heartburn.
So,
I
I'm giving you heartburn. Sorry.
no, I got the garlic butter. I got one of them steaks here. There's like a steakhouse. I'm at the Quality Inn in Vernal, Utah. There's a steakhouse. They're like, you had 10% off the steakhouse. So I just got some giant steak, and oh my God.
And now it's killing you.
I never eat. Yeah, I rarely eat a big steak. But yeah, so you're asking where I'm at? Yeah, it's I mean, it's I'd say right now, yeah, my life it's in a little bit of a turmoil, but nothing I can't handle. But I mean, I've spent the last several years, like my spring and summer, I get in my van and I drive around the country and I go to people's homes and I take my guitar out, you know, and I sing some songs in their living room and there's like meats and cheeses and they offer me drinks and they're so happy that I'm there. And then they give me some money, you know, they hand me like a wad of cash. I get back in my car and I drive away. You know, I'm like, it's nice work if you can get it,
It's
man. Nice
awesome.
work if you can
It's
get
the
it.
greatest.
So I'm not complaining, you know. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you don't.
it's
I
just
mean,
me
you
in my
are your own
car, you
tour
know.
manager, but you're the. They're reaching out to you. I'm going to show people on the website how to do that, by the way, because that's how we got you.
Yeah,
You weren't coming to Great
right,
Falls,
right.
Montana, unless we booked you that way. Unless Seth
Yeah,
is
it's
sitting here, by
very
the way.
it's very DIY.
Yeah,
What's that?
I said Seth is sitting here. Your
Oh,
benefactor
Seth is listening.
of all these shows. I want to make
Yeah,
sure that because I had so many
he's
smart people.
the puppet master. He's the puppet master. But wait, I gotta step away. I gotta plug my phone in because it's got like
Do it.
2% left. So give
Do
me
it.
1 second.
Do it. Yes. Stream is
Hope this works.
on. And we won't take too much more of your time either, man.
All right, it's working.
I
I
don't
don't
want to,
know where to put it.
are you staying where I work this time around?
Oh, yeah, that's where you were playing guitar, right? That's what you were doing. You were playing guitar
Yeah.
at that
The
right
sip and dip.
with the mermaids.
Yep.
What's it
This
called?
it's called the sip and dip.
The sip and dip. Right, right. Oh man. No, I'm not staying at the sip and dip this time. I think I got a better deal. I got a better
Right, I
deal.
got a better deal.
I'd like that the Heritage Inn or something. I'm staying at the Heritage Inn.
I worked there one summer. I was
Oh yeah.
they called me a caterer, but it just meant you moved a lot of heavy stuff from one place to the other. Pretty much what that gig
Well,
was.
it's all it's
Where
every
so you're in
job, isn't
Utah
it?
right now. Where are you tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm playing in Logan, Utah tomorrow. And then I'm making my way up to Great Falls.
Love it.
Gonna do some
I
camping.
camping the whole way. I did a summer of musical theater in Logan, Utah.
Oh yeah,
It's beautiful. They
it's
nuanced that.
yeah,
I
man. I
was not
love
one of them though. It was very exciting. You could tell that I was
you.
not
Aren't one of
capable
them.
of the underwear, so it was kind of a rough summer after that. Let me put some stuff up, some information. I want to go through your website for a second. I don't think you'll be able to see it, but I want to show people. You're talking about your fall tour happening. I'm showing them where they can get it. You're going from looks like Virginia, North Carolina. This is awesome. Arizona. You're not stopping with us, not yet. You're gonna be back in Seattle. We might steal you there. But yeah, so tell me how much different is that than the other? Are you playing solo or you got a band with you?
Yeah, I'm doing solo. I had these guys opening for me, and I was playing with one of them, pedal steel player. So it got a little more, yeah, expansive. But he's not. I don't think he's going to be on these days. Which is all to say, yeah, it's just going to be me
Well,
playing solo.
you're great.
You
It's
know,
not that. And then there's also I'm showing them the Book a Private Show. I'm also showing
but
the
yeah,
Snide Society. So you're in on the you get everything for $10 a month. That's a good deal. I think that's the only way you can
with it
still
all,
hire
man.
artists anymore. It's one of the easier
It
ways.
uh, it really is, man. Recently, as if to add insult to injury, recently somebody, I don't know who, created like some horrible AI music and called it a Clem Snide song
Oh
and
shit!
put it on my Spotify. And I can't, and I got my guys like I can't even get it off. Like it's just on there. Spotify can't even get it off necessarily. And
How
they
did they
did it
have
to a bunch
access
of
to
people.
your? How did they do that?
I don't know, man. Don't even ask me. I have no idea.
That's
Even
devious.
Spotify is like, yeah.
That's
Spotify doesn't know
devious.
how it happened, but
That
they did it to
sucks.
a bunch of different people. Um, like a couple of my like Josh, yeah, like Josh Kaufman, the guy that I worked on the new record with, they
Yeah.
did it to him too. So I can't remember why I'm bringing that up, but yeah, it's crazy. It's hard. It's hard enough to make some money, but now there's like AI music kind of chomping at the bits too.
Well, I think what you're telling them is that if they go to that, if they join they're getting straight Eve. That's what's happening.
Right? There's a pure, yeah, artisanal. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Me from the
Handcrafted,
yeah. Well, and you were
farm
doing
to
songs
table,
for people
farm to
too, weren't you?
table.
Weren't you like interviewing
Oh
people?
yeah, I do that.
Are you still
Right,
doing
right.
that?
I'm writing song. I do occasionally. I'll write a song for you if you want. Just send me an email, and I do that. Sometimes more sort of in earnest than other
Yeah.
times. But yeah, during COVID, I interviewed people. Yeah, I did like podcast type interviews, just getting people to tell me their stories, and then I put music underneath them. Sort of scored it, and then wrote them a song. And so you get to hear a person telling their story. I had a lot of Mormons actually, a couple people. Yeah, there's one young woman who's sort of kicked out of the church, and
Oh,
then crazy stories. People have amazing stories. So yeah, it's called A Life in Song with Clem Snide, and it's out there. It's on Spotify and everything. It's a podcast. There's 12 of them. But yeah, I did that during COVID. It was my little
yeah.
COVID project.
I
It
love
was
those.
fun.
The ones I heard were great, man. Um,
Oh no, thank you. Yeah.
I'm gonna plug your show, but I do want to say to you, um, and I want to tell everybody the reason we love these shows so much, and it's going to be at the Keller Geist, so we're kind of training a new audience, especially as a performer, that you get to come in and people are actually listening. And if people are actually listening, you're going to do better. Like that's my experience. Is if we're interacting and having that back and forth, that communion, it works incredibly well. I
I
just want
mean,
to tell
yeah,
you
it's
how,
quiet.
yeah, it was so
It's
touching.
quiet.
You're
Right, go
very
ahead.
good at that connection, and you're very good at helping people feel a part of something. And I wanted to thank you for
Oh,
the night that I had with you. And I'm looking forward to other people getting to experience that this Friday. And thanks for
oh,
the
you're
time,
so
man.
sweet, bro.
Yeah, no,
Oh, my pleasure. Yeah, thank you.
let me show you the deets. Shows at 8, but the doors open at 7. Tickets are $20. There is a QR code. I like that. Eef, you got anything else you want to tell us? Anything else you strikes you that you want to tell the people where to go, what to say?
Yeah, well, I can only hope to entice some of the good people of Great Falls to come check out the show. It's yeah, it'll be a good time. You'll hear some good stories. You'll hear some interesting mouse noises, and
You
it'll
call
be
them mouse noises, my man.
That's what it is. That's just what it
Hey,
is.
thank you for the time. I appreciate your work.
Oh, thank you, Joe.
All right.
Yeah,
Have a
my
good one, buddy.
pleasure. My pleasure. All right, take care. Bye.
See you. Here are the deets
All
again.
right.
If you're on live, this is for you. Take a look. I'm going to leave that up for about 10 seconds as I just make meaningful eye contact and say, you should maybe do this and go. And when you go, I'm just keep pointing at this. This is what you should right here. All right. Thanks for joining, everybody. Again, thanks for all the support on the interwebs. It means a lot to me. Have a great night.